I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas. Welcome back. We're going to work on massage oils again today. We're going to take it into specific situations with the nervous system. And I just want to go over again, we're very often using a 1 ounce glass, or you can use PET bottle that's dark, and you have a lid. It's going to have rose in it, that has the little insert so it clamps down. When you screw it on, it keeps pressure on your blend there. You have some carrier oil, and we talked about which ones to use in a previous session. And then we're using anywhere, usually from 12 to 18, maybe 20 drops of essential oils in a 1 ounce blend. Now, just take your time and put in a few at a time. And smell it. Some are overwhelmingly strong, and there's no sense having a really strong blend. So the first one I was going to look at is just nerve pain in general, and that is what you want to use is Helichrysum. You want to have Helichrysum, and the Corsican is the best and the most potent, and it's very healing to the nervous system. And you want to use lavender. So let's say if we use 3 drops of Helichrysum, we're going to use 7 drops of lavender. And lavender is excellent for sedating and soothing the nervous system. And it has cleansing abilities that go within the body in that area that you're working on. So it can be very beneficial to naturally detox your area. You can use eucalyptus. It's excellent for nerve pain, but I don't really like to use it with lavender and Helichrysum because you can't smell anything else. But if you want to use it in the same blend, use just a couple drops, like 2 drops. Black pepper is also an excellent choice to sedate nerve pain, and you would only need a few drops of that, like maybe 3 drops. And if you want a low note in your blend, you can do that. And with nerve pain, I would always choose Sandalwood. My Sorry is the one I use. You can use something else if you like, but that's a good blend. If you can let it rest for at least 3 hours or overnight, it's going to be even better. But otherwise, just keep, every time you start using it, just give it it's not a shake. You don't want to shake, because that breaks down the essential oils. You just want to tip the bottle and let it blend easily as you massage it on the area. For improving sleep and lower pain, there was a 2020 Journal of Pain research on using lavender and chamomile. You can use them in equal amounts. And I think when they lowered pain, they improve the sleep. That's good. You get the best of both worlds, because with lavender and chamomile, you can use it as a pain blend. For headaches and the frequency and intensity of headaches, you want to put your blend just a drop right here on these young points. This is really where headaches become intense. So this is a good place to add a rosemary and peppermint blend. And in 2019, the Journal of Clinical Nursing used for neuralgia and headache pain, they used a blend of rosemary and peppermint. Now, I don't know which one's going to overtake the blend, but probably peppermint. in a 1 ounce blend that you're going to use for the head, or right in here on the neck or someplace like that, you only use 5 drops of rosemary and peppermint in an ounce blend, and I can assure you it will be enough to cut that pain. And if you're considering just taking care of just a whopper of a headache or a migraine, use nutmeg by itself. Nutmeg essential oil is excellent for pain, and you can use as much as 10 drops in a blend, and you can use it just by itself. And if you use too much, you'll get a little woozy. So that's why I keep dancing around how much you want to use. I want to talk just a minute, since we mentioned rosemary, that rosemary is good in a lot of blends, whether they're for the back or the headache. With headache especially, I want to caution you about people with hypertension, because that can be a real problem for them. So always let them smell it, use small amounts, go easy. Rosemary relaxes muscle fibers, so it's great for deep back pain. And it lowers lactic acid, which causes a lot of pain in your muscles from working out and everything like that. And it helps with muscle spasms. It actually desensitizes nerve endings. So this is an excellent essential oil for us to use with any kind of pain problem. Now, if you have neuropathy from diabetes, especially, people can get neuropathy for a lot of reasons. If you get it from diabetes, take the lavender and the chamomile and add the Ylang extra to that. I only use the extra. You're getting half the potency if you just get Ylang first. So get Ylang extra, use it with your chamomile and lavender. I would just take a third of each and maybe have 5 drops of each in an ounce blend, and it is excellent for neuropathy from diabetes. If you're going to have a problem with gout, gout is a terrible pain, I've been told. It's from sodium urate crystals that they may form around any kind of joint, but they usually get around toes or places like that, and but they can get into your bigger joints. So the remedy that you want to consider is lemongrass, because it helps to actually remove the sodium urate crystals from the area. And you can use Teatree and or Rosemary for the reasons that they desensitize the nerve endings. And then even Wintergreen, because it has a cortisone effect. So you get an immediate effect with Wintergreen. I just want to remind you that Wintergreen can be very toxic, so let's not use a lot of it, just a few drops. And, well, don't overdo it, okay? More is not better, in my opinion, with essential oils. And if they're ever going to have a bad effect on somebody, it's usually because we've used too much in a blend. And just a couple of drops of wintergreen in a blend with lemongrass and rosemary and tea tree can be enough, because it also moves and drives these other essential oils in there. That's why it's nice to let it rest for 15 minutes, 3 hours, overnight, as much as you can. If you're in a hurry, of course, just a few minutes is good. And be sure to give it a little blend, let it blend and move and drive as you apply it. Next week, we'll do some more blends, and I hope that you check out some of our other essential oil videos, because they have a lot of other information about using essential oils that we've already talked about. And hope you like and share and subscribe and contact me. We make special blends for people every day, and they are not unusually expensive, and it's that option. If you don't have the ability or the essential oils and you don't understand what to do or whatever, then, definitely give us a call. And we have all these essential oils online, and we have others if you're looking for them that we have seasonally and may not list online all year long. So I want to thank you for coming and being my teachers, and we'll be back next week with more essential oil knowledge. Bye-bye.